What do you do with a busted bucket? Stay tuned to the Frugal Gardeners Back to Basics Summer Series and find out. Welcome back to the Frugal Gardener's Garden. This may look familiar to you if you are one of the regular viewers of this channel. This is one of the buckets that I use to transfer water from one of my two catchment systems. I have a 32-gallon catchment system, and I have a 55-gallon storage system. I basically transfer the water over using this or one of the other buckets. I got this for free, so I'm already ahead of the game. Basically, I think it was Advanced Auto I went to, and certain items you would buy and they would give you the bucket, and I needed the items anyway, so I was able to get this bucket for free. But after a few winters and after letting it sit out, you can probably see there's this huge crack running up and down the bucket, which means that it is no longer going to hold water. I had water sitting in it. It froze overnight during the winter, and well, you know what happens when water turns to ice, it expands. So instead of throwing this away, I'm going to use it to plant some of my sweet potatoes. I'm not going to put all of them here, but I'm going to put a few of them here. And I don't know, it's going to sit in the garden all summer, so you want it to look nice. I decided that I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint it white because if you remember, back during the winter, I basically use these old jugs here, and I painted these black. These are old tea jugs. I painted them black, added water to them, and they sit inside my greenhouse all winter. The heat is attracted to the color black. It heats the water. The water in turn heats the greenhouse. Well, it helps to heat the greenhouse. These terracotta pots also help. But that's not what we're here for today. Basically, I'm going to use the white paint, and I'm going to repaint that bucket, and we're going to plant some sweet potatoes. Don't know why she decided to get rid of it, but I'm going to paint this, and I'm going to use this also for sweet potatoes, and this way I will have two containers. So this one is pretty much done. I don't need to paint the bottom. Nobody's going to see that. So I'm going to paint this, and we'll put sweet potatoes in both containers. Both containers are free. Both containers will get a couple of years use out of, and it's in keeping with my back to basics theme. So let me finish this up. We're under a severe thunderstorm watch this afternoon, so I need to get moving. So it looks like the weatherman got one right. We did get a storm, and it is now a few days later. I had other projects to tend to, so basically I added another coat of paint. Both of these are now ready to go. I did not paint the inside for obvious reasons. Since we're going to be growing food in there, I don't want any extra chemicals. So, as I mentioned before, the bucket on the left was from my water catchment system. The bucket on the right was given to me by my neighbor. She used to use it to grow her vegetables in, and I just wanted to spruce it up a bit. I think the paint was $2 or $3. I didn't really have to paint it. So far this project has cost me $0. Here's where it gets interesting. I had leftover sweet potatoes from last winter. These were the puny little guys, the ones that didn't make it. So instead of throwing these away, I put them in this compost. And this is exactly what I was hoping would happen. When it rained, the compost got wet. I let these sit. I actually just dug these up, but they've been sitting underneath the compost for 2 days. And they have begun to sprout. So this is, sorry about that. This is exactly what I wanted. So what I'll do is take these little guys from last year and I'll plant them in these 2 buckets for this year. This is actually now June the 1st. So probably June, July, August, around mid-September, we will have our sweet potato harvest. I like to call them Thanksgiving sweet potatoes because I've been told, and I don't know if it's a major difference or not, but at any rate, I like to hold on to the sweet potatoes for a month or 2, and I will serve these at Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm going to just plant these in here, and that'll be pretty much it for this project, this free back to basics project. So let me just get to it. Okay, the potatoes are in. Basically what I did was I covered each bucket with about 6 inches of soil. It's actually soil and the compost. That's the reason why the mixture is wet, because the compost was wet. So I don't have to water it right now. You do want to keep it moist, not soaked. You also want to make sure it has drainage. Both of these have drainage. But I also wanted to show you this. During the winter, when I get white potatoes that grow eyes or start to sprout, I just throw them in whatever's handy to grow free potatoes. I'm showing you this because this is the incorrect pot to use. This pot is way too shallow. It's way too small. So basically, I'll maybe get, I don't know, 2 or 3 potatoes out of this, but I'm not going to get very many. The reason why you use these is because they're a lot higher. So basically, for those of you who are doing this for the first time, what's going to happen is in a week or so, you're going to see these sprout even more. You're going to see the stems, you're going to see the green poking through. And when it gets up to about 4 to 6 inches, I add soil. And this will continue to grow, and I will continue to add soil, and eventually it's going to probably most likely grow out of this pot. These things can get pretty tall, so I think it's going to probably go up out of this maybe another 10 to 12 inches beyond what's already down here. Other than that, there's not really much else to do. As I said, you just want to keep an eye on these. Some people add nutrients during the summer. I have quite a bit of compost in here, so I have a head start already. And this project is done. So I'll give you updates probably once a month. And not just on this, but on the other projects, the other seeds that I've planted and transplants. So stay with me this summer. There's a lot going on this year, and I don't think you want to miss it. So please subscribe and tell your friends. But until the next time, this is the Frugal Gardener. Have a great day.